Am I good now? I moved it up. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I moved it that way it wouldn't be rubbing up on my shirt. It's on my collar now. So that's hopefully better. Let's get this thing out of here for Matt.
The chalkboard?
Yeah, put that right here.
I should put the screw in my pocket so we don't lose.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to keep on talking because they're still doing it. This afternoon, the Catamounts travel 3 hours east to Winston-Salem to play the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. The Cats are coming off a close loss to Gardner-Webb, and the Demon Deacons barely got away from the Kennesaw State Owls. The Cats are looking to prove they can hang with the big dogs. We've got the plays, the action, the sideline heat coming your way. This is the Stray Cats. We are still testing mics. How is it going?
They're not live. That was a run through.
Okay, that was a run. Can all of y'all three just talk?
Not live on the radio.
All right.
Just talk.
Hey, Julian, this is Morgan. We are here just talking to you. We're going to get
Yeah,
Owen and Dom here talking as well.
I'm talking right
we're
now.
ready to go.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Ready to go. We're active. Here we are for our first episode with me featured. I'm pretty excited to be here. Thanks for having me, y'all.
Absolutely.
Thanks to everyone in the crew for putting in the hard work in this not stressful at all environment.
No,
I think we've done a great job. We're going to have a great show. It's going to be fantastic. Some may say the best show ever had.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. So,
All right, we're about to get ready to shoot the intro.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, ready?
15.
Okay. Ooh.
All right, Julian, we're ready?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This afternoon, the Catamounts traveled 3 hours east to Winston-Salem to play the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. The Cats are coming off a close loss to Gardner-Webb, and the Demon Deacons nearly got away from the Kennesaw State Owls. The Cats are looking to prove they can hang with the big dogs. We've got the plays, the action, and all the sideline heat coming your way. This is Stray Cats. It's another week, boys. Got Owen on my left, Dom on my right.
Happy to be
Gonna
here.
a good one.
Absolutely, it's going to be a great one. Absolutely, kind of heartbreaking from what we had to do last week. Unfortunately, the Catamounts could not take that win, but have an opportunity today to do the improbable in some cases against a tougher opponent, but still beatable.
Yeah. I think that we definitely have a chance here. I think it'll be kind of depend on the quarterback situation, of course, as we know Teron is out. So we're going to have a chance. They're a tough team, Wake Forest. I think the Catamounts could come out with a win, though, I believe.
I think so too. So we talked about how the Cats struggled in that last game, and I think we're going to jump right into that Gardner-Webb game recap here. We're going to recap some scoring drives as well as some key plays throughout the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll start off with the first half. The Catamounts in that game, they kind of went 3 and out at the beginning, with Gardner-Webb taking an early 7-0 lead. However, the rest of the half, for the most part, the Catamounts dominated. Absolutely an offensive fireworks show. They then scored 35 unanswered points. However, kind of the story for the next half, Gardner-Webb before halftime went on a tear and scored 14 straight points to go into halftime. So, and then the Catamounts kind of just faded into there. So.
Yeah, I mean, as we reached the third quarter, we fought a bit. There was a bit more offensive trade-off. It looked okay at the start, but as the Catamounts kept the 42-28 lead, it started to fall apart as we got deeper into the game. 3 TDs and a field goal were made by Gardner-Webb, putting the Cats into a big 10-point deficit with under 2 minutes left. It was a pretty improbable blown lead, but sometimes that happens. The Cats then got the ball. They were ready to drive up the field. They got a field goal with 42 seconds left in the game, so there was a chance for them to come out on top. They lined up for the onside kick, and there was a controversial recovery, I'd say. Some people didn't agree with that call that the refs made, but there was a flag once the kicker got his own kick. It bounced off the hamstring of one of the Catamounts, and it was about a yard short of the 10 yards. And as we know, for onside kicks, you have to let the ball go about 10 yards before the kicking team can touch it. Otherwise, you're going to get a penalty. So because of that, the Catamounts got a penalty. Gardner-Webb got possession, and they were able to just run out the clock and end the game with a 52-45 win.
But an interesting thing I would say about that is while the Catamounts offense was very lackluster there in the second half in the third and fourth quarter, I will say they looked very good there late in that fourth quarter. They had a very good 2-minute drill drive. I was looking over it again today. It looks like they drove a good length of the field, 50, 60 yards in about a minute. Wow. And I think that if we would have been able to keep it going, we got stuff there on the line, late on the goal line stand. We kicked the field goal instead, and smart decision by Kerwin. Don't waste any more time. Don't risk losing. But, man, we were so close. And I haven't seen something like that happen where the kicker receives the onside kick since Pat McAfee did that against the Texans way back in 2012.
Yeah, back in the day.
Way back then. Now he's doing bigger, better things with other people. But, I mean, man, what a great way. I will say this. The game was very hard to watch at times. But the Cats did find a way, and they got back into just to get a scratch on Gardner-Webb there at the end. And they were holding on for a good last 2 minutes, but just couldn't pull it out in the end, of course.
Yeah, I couldn't pull off. I mean, got to finish it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of last game, we have some game stats for WCU.
Yeah, let's take a look.
With Taryn Dickens out, we had 2 quarterbacks. They kind of switched throughout the game, but Bennett Judy became the priority there. Bennett Judy went 15 of 27, 151 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. That interception was not in a good time. That was when the Cats' offense was muffing, struggling, just not getting anything going for them. So that was really disappointing.
That was a really back-breaking throw.
It was a bad throw. And they got it back because there was a fumble the play before that got overturned because of a penalty. Next play, an interception. It's not what we wanted to have. We got that chance back and we threw it away. Not something you want to see this game. And then Isaac Lee, 3 for 9, 82 yards and 1 touchdown. One of those passes, though.
That was a pretty long pass that took up a lot of his stats.
Now, running the ball, we got Patrick Boyd Jr. ran 15 times for 142 yards and a touchdown.
That was pretty impressive.
That's a big stat line right there. That's about 5 yards a carry. If you can get that this game, it's going to be good against that Wake Forest Demon Deacons defensive line. Then you have Malik Knight with 1 reception for 69 yards and a touchdown. That came in a critical point in the game last week. And then James Tyre, 5 receptions, 66 yards and a touchdown. And Hassan Sykes, 1 interception. That interception was a spectacular interception. And if we had the opportunity to, I would show a replay. Can't do that. But it's phenomenal that he was able to hold on to that one, kind of jump the route. And that was amazing. On the other side for Gardner-Webb.
If I could shout out one more player real quick. We also had Hayward McQueen Jr., who had a crazy amount of 15 tackles all in last game and a forced fumble.
Impressive.
So I just wanted to put a highlight on him. That's a pretty strong defensive player. Maybe we can expect some more from him this game.
Yeah, shout out Hayward McQueen Jr. I believe one of our SoCon preseason player of the year, SoCon preseason players of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. He was indeed as the SoCon player of the year, and he's on track to be kind of have.
If he continues that pace, he'll have a ton of tackles. Yeah.
Absolutely, have a great season. I mean,
and potentially be up for SoCon defensive player of the year.
True.
Now on the Gardner-Webb side of things, they played 2 quarterbacks. I'm only going to highlight one because the other guy played horribly.
He was the son of an NFL quarterback,
but
he didn't
look
show it.
No, he didn't.
Did not look like it. But Nate Hampton, 12 for 30, 263 passing yards and 2 touchdowns through the air. But wait, there's more. 28 carries, 132 yards, and 4 rushing yards.
4 rushing.
He was their leading rusher last week, and that's what really killed the Cats down the stretch was his ability to run the ball. So hopefully that doesn't happen against Wake Forest today, but we'll get into that a little bit later because I have some thoughts on that as well. Going into it, Krishawn Holmes, 13 carries, 116 yards, and a touchdown. They had a lot of ground yards, something that we want to tighten up over this week as Wake Forest is more of a rushing offense. And then Chris Lofton, 3 receptions, 102 yards. Anthony Lowe, 5 receptions, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. So a lot of touchdowns responsible by Nate Hampton, 6 in total.
Dang, that's an impressive stat line, especially his rushing. I mean, we just couldn't stop him sometimes when he was running all over us.
Absolutely. And now we're going to go into the FCS coaches poll for week 2. We've got some updates in there, so we're going to talk you through that one.
All right. So first, we've got the Bison, the North Dakota State Bison. They're remaining at number 1. Number 2, we got the
it looks like
South Dakota State. All right, I was just double checking. South Dakota Jackrabbits. They're up 1 from their poll. So they've improved a little bit. Montana State Bobcats, they've actually moved down one, and we faced them last season, as y'all remember. That was a pretty tight
We actually
game.
played just Montana.
Oh,
Just
that's true.
Montana.
Just Montana.
last year.
Okay, okay.
But I do want to
yeah.
say, I believe South Dakota State and Montana State are playing today. So
Oh,
that's gonna be a big
okay. That'll be a
matchup.
big
We'll keep you
matchup
guys
for the
updated
top
throughout
5.
the day.
And then we've got Tarleton State, the Texans. They came up a massive 5 spots in the poll this week. Coaches really liked what they saw out of them this week. And then we have UC Davis. They went up 2, the Aggies.
And then going over from 6 to 10, we have ourselves the South Dakota Coyotes. They moved down the spot. And then we have Illinois State, the Redbirds also there, moved down also a spot too. Rhode Island, the Rams, moving up 2. And then the Incarnate Word Cardinals moving down a staggering 5.
Dang.
And then Montana Grizz moving down 1.
Yeah. And then we got Idaho. We have a bunch of players on Wake. Wake has a bunch of players coming in from Idaho. One of their coaches coming in. So I'm surprised to see Idaho doing so good this year. But the Vandals are up 1 spot. The Villanova Wildcats also up 1 spot in the 12 spot. Now next 13 is Lehigh Mountain Hawks up 2 spots. Jackson State, where Dion coached to begin his coaching career.
Mhm.
Jackson State Tigers up 3 spots, and Southern Illinois up 5 spots.
Oh,
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, and then we also have the Sacramento State Hornets. They've gone down 2, and the Abilene Christian Wildcats. They're down 1, so those didn't have such a great week. The Monmouth Hawks. They had a pretty good week. They moved up 3 spots according to the coaches. North Arizona, the Lumberjacks. They went down 1 as well. And Tennessee Tech, future SoCon Conference soon. Soon Western will be playing them. The Golden Eagles. They went up 2.
Yeah, moving over from the final half, the 21 through 25, we have those Haiti Mercer Bears who moved down 10 after their loss to Presbyterian. And then we have ourselves North Dakota, the Fighting Hawks, moving up 11 spots. Then we have Stephanie F. Austin, the Lumberjacks, moving up 1. And then ETSU, of course, our rival, the Buccaneers, moving up 7. And then Nicholas State Connells, tying with us, Western Carolina, moving down 6 to number 25.
Yeah, interesting tie at 25. So we were talking about it before and wondering, how does a tie happen? I'm going to explain it to you guys over here real quick. So a tie, how this works is the coaches look at the film, they look at the stats, and they grade each team. They give you a ranking. So North Dakota State, the number 1 position's worth, say, 25 points. The 25 position's worth 1 point. And then they add all those up and rank them by whoever has the most points.
Mhm.
Western just barely got in with 25, and so did Nicholls State Cardinals. So not good to see the Cats slide, but it's good to see that 3 SoCon teams are still in the rankings.
Yeah, I take it as a positive that we're still in the top 25 after that tough loss. Hopefully we can get higher up as the season progresses.
And
Absolutely.
keyword there is tough loss. We played our hearts out there
Mhm.
at the end. Not as much in the 4th quarter, but in the 1st through 3rd quarter.
But I think the coaches have to see the potential of the Catamounts offense when it's fully on all cylinders, when we'll have Tehran back. I know they definitely see there's some potential there that we could get through. There's definitely room to grow.
Absolutely. Now to the all SoCon Week 1 players. Each week the SoCon allows an offensive player of the week, defensive player, and special teams player of the week.
So today for the offensive player of the week, we've got Devontae Houston. He's a running back for ETSU. He had a pretty impressive game. He had 128 rushing yards for 2 touchdowns. He scored a lot of ETSU's points. Pretty dominant performance on the ground overall, I'd say.
Yeah, I would have to agree. 128 yards, no matter what position you are, is a lot of yards,
Yeah.
unless you're a quarterback.
Yeah. Defensive player of the week, we have Talon Blaylock. He's also he's a defensive back for Furman. He had 6 tackles, 2 for a loss, a pick, and he had the game-sealing pass breakup to
Really
win them the
important.
game.
Yeah.
And that was a phenomenal pass break as well. I
Yeah.
must say, don't like the Furman Paladins at
No,
all.
not
I
at
will
all.
admit that was a spectacular play to win and clutch that game up.
For sure. Yeah. And then special teams player of the week, Ian Williams. He was a place kicker for
Believe Furman.
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 I'm not sure how that didn't make it in. 3 field goals from 50, 42, and 32 yards out. So, I mean, he just hit from every level of the field a kicker needs to hit from. It's hard to ask for much more than that.
No, and the 50-yard, especially in college, is a long one.
Yeah.
So shout
Yeah.
out for that.
Absolutely.
He's got an absolute cannon of a leg.
Yeah,
Yep,
for
he
sure.
does. Moving on, we have ourselves our SoCon standings, which aren't really big right now because it's only week 2. But looking into everything, right now ETSU and Furman, who have won last week, whereas others, Sanford, Chattanooga, the Citadel, VMI Western, Wofford, and Mercer all lost last week. So not really a whole lot to go off of there, but still keep you updated.
Yeah.
And just a reminder, it's not conference season yet, so the conferences aren't playing each other. So these standings aren't going to be as relevant right now as they will be, say, week 7, 8, 9, 10.
No, of course not. They'll become more relevant each week as we advance and we see more and more of these teams play. Right now, we don't really know for sure what each team can do because week 1, it's a bit of a wild card. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
That is correct. And now I'm going to get into some stats and some pregame things for Wake Forest. Completely new everything. Completely new everything. Everything is brand new at Wake Forest, from the head coach to all the other coordinators and assistant coaches. They're all new. Every single one of them are coming in from a different place. They have people from Texas, Idaho, Washington State, all over the place. It's just, I've not seen a big coaching change like this happen in a long time, and it wasn't because they were doing anything. It was because their old head coach, Dave Clawson, who was doing a phenomenal job there at Wake Forest, actually got promoted. I didn't know you could get promoted, but he's now the head of football operations.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You don't usually if someone's like getting a bigger job, it's usually they've left the school to go pursue something else.
No, it is. And he re-signed with them. So, yeah, that's an amazing thing. He re-signed with them, and then as head coach, and then he became head of football operations. So shout out to him.
I'm sure he had a hand in picking the new coach in this scenario. He's about hand-picked. So if he's a good coach, he probably picked another one. Maybe.
Yeah. But for sure, we're going to also talk about how he ran the offense. It was a run-pass option. It requires a high IQ quarterback, a very high IQ quarterback, which means he has to be super smart. And at Wake Forest, that's not an issue because you have to have the academic grades to be on the team. They're not just going to let any chump on the team. You have to be smart, and that's part of the reason why they're not great at recruiting, but they're amazing at developing. So you need a smart guy. And the reason why you have to be smart is because the run-pass option is just as it says. You can hand it off to run for the running back to run the ball. You can throw the ball, a pass, or you have an option where the quarterback can have the option of taking the ball and running with it himself. So there's 3 options that can happen on every play, and that's what keeps this team on their feet and the defense is on their feet. Another thing that they do a great job of is the mesh point. Now, I don't know if you guys know what the mesh point is, but as somebody who lives near Winston-Salem and watches a lot of Wake Forest football, I understand this offense. And the mesh point is when the quarterback will hold the ball in front of the running back, and they'll just stand there. And sometimes it's 1 second. Sometimes it's no joke 3 to 4 seconds, and they'll just stand there and they're waiting for the defense to make a move on whether the linebackers are going to come in or they're going to stay back into coverage.
Yeah, I've used that play in college football 26 quite a bit. I have a pretty RPO heavy offense, I have to admit.
I would say, especially with a mobile quarterback there, I would
yeah.
definitely consider that. But yeah.
And they are definitely a mobile quarterback, and now we have some players to watch. Wasn't very relevant last week. I don't know what was going on. Only 3 carries, but DeMond Claiborne, over 1,000-yard rusher last season, which is a phenomenal feat, especially coming from these small universities. Which Wake Forest is a small university. Only 3,000 students enrolled, so much smaller than Western. Western has about 8,000 more students than Wake Forest.
Wow.
And he had 1,500 overall yards, and he averaged over 5 yards a carry last season. Very dangerous when that ball in his hands. Next, Gabe Kirschke, defensive lineman. He played for Colorado State, transferred in with one of those coaches, and I tell you not, 13 games he played in, 42 tackles, 12 solo tackles, 10 tackles for a loss, and 6.5 sacks. So just think about that. That's so many tackles. He was being active every game, and it was just great to see that he moved up to Wake Forest. You're getting a better opportunity at a bigger school, but Cats don't want to let him in the backfield too much or at all. I expect to see double teams on him all evening and afternoon. Now I'm going to give one to the quarterback, Robbie Ashford, transferred from South Carolina. He's never played in really any games. He backed up and he realized he was going to back up again, so he transferred into Wake Forest. But last week had a phenomenal game, even though he didn't score any touchdowns through the air. 20 of 28 for 218. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Now, he was sacked 4 times. The Cats have a good defensive line. I don't know how well it's going to hold up against that Wake Forest front.
Yeah,
because
pressure.
they are going to be bigger and stronger than us, I assume.
Yeah, pressure will be an interesting thing to see if we can actually generate enough of it. Because last week we started out generating some, but as the game got on, I think the defense got a bit tired. We didn't generate as much on the Gardner-Webb quarterback.
Absolutely.
Hopefully we can keep that up.
You took the keys that I had for the game. One of them was pressuring the quarterback, but yeah, very important.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have one last player I want to highlight, Dylan Hazen. He played every game last year for the Demon Deacons. He started every game for the Demon Deacons last year. 84 tackles.
Wow.
36 by himself. Also, 7 tackles for a loss and a sack. He had 5 or more tackles in 11 games, 9 tackles in 4 more games.
Wow.
He's going to be in the back. He's a linebacker. He's going to be everywhere
Yeah, you
on
gotta
that field.
be
Yeah, it
careful
seems like
on
him and
that.
Hayward are really going to go off against each other, perhaps.
Yes.
Yeah,
There
strong
is definitely
defense.
going to be a linebacker battle in the Deacon home stadium. Now we're going to move on to projector starters from our 2 deep that we
Yeah.
got from athletics here.
Yeah, so we're looking at this depth chart. As we all know, Teron Dickens still unfortunately out for a few more games. So today we have Bennett Judy getting the start. He had a pretty productive, promising aspects last week, I'd say. I think I have faith that if he gets the whole game to just get comfortable with the system, we could see a bit more out of him this week. For running back, we have Pat Boyd Jr. and Branson Adams. Branson Adams was our leading running back last year. It looked like Pat Boyd has kind of usurped him a little bit, but they still are running a bit of a 2-man committee. Branson's still getting some carries, but with Pat's performance last week, I wouldn't be surprised to see him get the lion's share of the carries for this game. For wide receiver, at the X, we have Malik Knight, 6'2". He was pretty good last week.
Yeah,
he's
one
a
catch,
good weapon.
69
Yeah,
yards.
So if we could get him another few of those big plays, I'd take some of that. Some of that. We also have for the Y, Jai Boyd, 6'2", and he had. I think he's another solid player. We got Dominic Dutton at the Z.
Love that name, by the way.
That is a great name. A
Great
lot of
name.
great names on this roster. At tight end, we have Braden Blackman. Left tackle, we have Matt Gray. Left guard, we have Stephen Hamby. Center, we have Zach Watson. Right guard, we have Renard Smith and Dale Green to back up. Right tackle, we have Evan Carney and Ilya Krajonovic to back up.
He's a Serbian.
Yes,
right?
we heard all about that from the head of athletics. In
We
a
did,
recent
yeah.
meeting. Yes, he's a big man too.
Big man, big
He's a
man.
big man. He wants to wreak havoc on the field, so hopefully he gets a shot to do some of that today. At defensive end, we have Kenyon Partridge and Justin Wallace. For our nose tackle, we have Jamichael Wilson and Jackson Banks. At defensive tackle, we have Jaleel Anderson and Sean Morris. For nose tackle depth, we have Micah Nelson and Caleb Fisher. Linebacker, Hayward McQueen.
The superstar.
The superstar, yes. Hopefully he has another great game. And Ryan McInnes. Middle linebacker, we have Jordan Thompson and Blue Monroe. Free safety, we have Bo Simpson-Neely and Jamari Pierre-Louis. And we also have we have Samori Dukes and Xavion Wells. Xavion Wells, he was a pretty significant part of the team. He's in one of my classes at least, so I know about him a little bit.
Yeah.
Cornerback, we have Cameron Dabney at the first spot and Marcial Taylor backing him up. For the special teams, kickoff, we have Christian Lowry to be our kicker and our place kicker. We have Stephen Brantley to punt and Thomas Guerrero as his backup and Brian McCollum as our kicker backup. For long snapper, we have Mabry Bumgardner. That's another great name.
Another
Makes
great
me think of
name.
Madison Bumgardner, the former MLB pitcher. Emmett Rhodes could also long snap. It's an or situation, so we'll see who Kerwin decides to pick for that important play. Kickoff return, we have Pat Boyd Jr., Dominic Dutton, and Trey Walker backing him up. And punt return, we have James Tyre, who had some big plays last week.
Absolutely,
He had some great returns, so maybe he can get some of that, knock us off some bigger yards. And MJ Rawson and Marcus Strickles are backing him up. So those are our starters for today.
And something for James Tyre is important on punts. If this defense gets a stop, I don't think we're going to see many 3-and-outs. But if we can get a stop in the drive, I think that the way to gain yards if our offense is struggling is to go to him and see what he can get on the kickoffs or in the punt return.
Yeah, he was getting some good yards.
Because if you can get to about the 40 or 50, you only have 60, 50 yards to go into the end zone, then that's a lot more manageable than 70 or 80.
For sure.
Absolutely.
And now we've got the good, the bad, and the ugly. A new segment from this week. We didn't have one last week because there was no game to talk about. But in these closing minutes here, what went good last week? What went bad last week? And what do we want to see the Cats improve on this week? Owen, I'm going to start with you. What do you think went good last week?
Well, I think what went best last week was the amount of explosive plays we had. The offense, while it petered off in the second half, in the first half, they had so many massive plays. They either got us a ton of yardage or even went all the way for touchdowns. So the Catamounts offense has the potential to score big. I think that's not going to change just because we're facing up Wake Forest. I think there's still a lot of potential for a great offensive explosion. We just need to be a bit more consistent and sustain drives besides the offensive plays, I'd say.
Yes.
I agree. I totally agree. With I think the same thing with Owen. They need to move with a more comfortable ease, especially like the first half against Gardner-Webb. It's going to be tougher now with this defense, but I think the Catamounts have enough to at least take on them. Judy needs to play with more confidence. I think at the end of not the end, I think at the end he was playing with more confidence, but like in the middle of the second half, he was very much a little aroused and just like kind of, I don't know, I think he was just had something.
He was a little erratic.
Yeah, he was. He had something going on with him, and I think them throwing in Isaac Lee was a little rushed, especially not having a big enough lead. But that, I think right now they have to play confident. They have to do all this, and that was what they were showing in the first half. That was arguably, until like the end of it, a perfect
strong
game for them.
Yeah, and they had 35 points unanswered, which means that we scored 35 straight points and they didn't score once. You don't see that a lot.
No,
you
you
don't.
want to see it more.
You do.
And
And you
you
want to
gotta
see the
sustain it.
defense sustain that.
And that's
Yes.
going to be part of our things what went bad last week. And the number one bullet point, the second half, when they came back.
Of course.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily the third quarter.
Yeah.
The third quarter we traded touchdowns.
Yeah.
But
The fourth quarter was a
the
different
fourth quarter
story.
was very different, and we just couldn't sustain that. So making sure the team stays up in the second half and just making sure that the team is able to continue to do what they've been doing all week, and that's preparing and putting that preparing in practice into the game time situation.
Absolutely, and I think another thing that was bad last week was the turnovers.
For sure.
You can't win football games by turning over the ball at the rate that Western was. It wasn't a whole lot, but it was still more than enough that they should have allowed. I know, Owen, you probably have the stat for a game out.
So there was one pass that was or two fumbles that we lost, which is not great. We threw one interception. So we had 3 turnovers in total, which isn't that terrible.
Not
but
that terrible, but
you
It's
really
pretty bad.
you want to
Yeah.
have like
You
2
don't-
at the most.
you
You
don't-
don't want to
yeah.
have more than that.
You don't
So
win
those
football
two,
games
Those
like
2
that, right?
fumbles were especially brutal.
no.
Yeah.
You never want to turn the ball over. If you see the ball on the ground, that's an issue, whether that's incomplete passes or fumbles or even interceptions. You don't
Yeah.
want to see any of those 3.
So we need to keep a better hand on the ball this time.
Yes.
Absolutely. We want to be clean with the football, make sure you just bless everything.
Yeah.
And, of course, our defense kind of buckled down and kind of allowed, Gardner-Webb to get back into the game. I mean, 31 points in the half
Yeah.
is not going to lead to anything good. So,
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Like just like they let us have 35 points in the first half, we let them have 30-plus points in the second half, and that's what really messed us up because we really didn't have any time. Our second half drives, if you look at them, were just atrocious.
Yeah.
Punt, interception, punt, turnover on downs. Like it was nothing good, and you've got to be doing something to get that going. What do I want to see the Cats improve for this week? More pressure on the quarterback. I think that's the important key here. Wake Forest is going to want to have time to develop their offense. If they love the delayed handoff, they love the mesh point. So if we can get them to have time and not have the linebackers mess up, Hayward McQueen Jr. has to make sure that he does not bite too early or stay back too late. That's going to be the center of our defense this week, the middle linebackers.
For sure.
yeah, absolutely. I think moving on to that defensive point, the secondary needs to also make a step up in a big way, trying to make sure, at the very least, not let the receivers, move around or just play with them. Make sure they're staying close and make sure they are just reading everything perfectly.
I'd also like to see just more discipline in general. I remember some penalties last week that were a bit sketchy. So if the offensive line, really, I'd like to see the offensive line be a bit more stout because last week in the second half, they let the quarterback get hit a few times. They were letting pressure get to him, and they're going up against a bigger team this week. So the offensive line needs to step up. They need to protect the quarterback, and they need to block for us. And if they can improve on that, I think we have a decent shot.
Absolutely. Now we're going to move over to our last segment of the day with just a few minutes left in our show.
We're going to do picks. Yeah.
Picks for the game. We're all going to explain who wants to go first.
Well, you go first,
I'll
Mario.
go first. All right. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. But I think that if the Cats play right, I think we can win it. I just think there's too many pieces at the moment. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be a Cats lose by maybe a field goal. I hope it's not more than a field goal, but I think it's going to be Cats lose by a field goal and leave 0-2.
Yeah, absolutely. I have Wake Forest also taking the dub. I have them by taking either 3 or 10-point lead. I think the Cats will keep it close, but it's a lot. It's going to be a tough one for the Cats to overcome. But yeah, what do you think, Owen?
I'm going to say Kerwin might have some tricks up his sleeve. I think Bennett Judy could be more comfortable this week. I'm going to say the Cats might. I'm going to say we're going to get the win by 3.
Win
I'm
by
going to
three.
say it's going to be a
That would
tight
be
game, but I think we might be able to pull it out.
There's a lot riding, especially with the Wake Forest almost losing to Kennesaw, who just became a Division 1A school last year and had maybe 2 wins.
Yeah. So that was an
They
interesting
definitely
team to
struggled for
compare
sure.
it upon.
But that was a poor team. I think that So for Western, there's a saying in coaching: you learn a lot from your first game,
Mm-hmm.
but you learn even more in your first loss. And Western got that knocked out in the same game. So
Yeah.
I think they're going to learn a lot. I think there's a lot of moving parts. Excuse me. I don't think Colombo's playing yet. I think he's still injured.
He's still hurt. He's going to
And
be hurt for a
unfortunately,
while, I
that's gonna
think.
that's going to be hurting us. And of course, with their starting quarterback Dickens out this week, I don't think they're going to rotate quarterbacks. I think Judy won the.
I think they
starting
need to let
quarterback
Judy
job.
play. I think if they do the 2 quarterback system, I would say it would be a loss. Because if you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have
no
any.
quarterbacks. Yeah.
So hopefully, it's a bit more consistent this game.
I agree, and we're gonna sign off on the radio. But if you want to listen to our reaction and see our reaction to the game, tune into WeTV's YouTube page.
Yep,
Mhm.
absolutely.
But we'll be back after this here. We'll be back for halftime for a halftime update, scores around the league, and our predictions for the end of the game, and see
Mhm.
how those Catamounts turn out here.
Mhm.
But for Morgan, Owen, and Don, we'll see you guys at halftime.
Mhm.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I gotta log back into the laptop.
Yeah, like it used to be like quite literally maybe this far away from us.
All right.
Okay.
I believe we're still live on YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah,
So we're.
that's fine. Don
yeah.
is like tripping up because we're stepping in frame, but y'all need to get up anyways.
Yeah, I need to log
Yeah.
back into that thing.
Yeah, we're setting up our
Yeah.
view.
So we're gonna be setting up our view of the game. You guys will not see the game at all.
Yeah.
You're just gonna see us reacting to the game, which is gonna be a little different from last week. It should be a good one though, for sure.
Should be, yes. We got a bunch of stuff here. We got a whiteboard to describe a lot of things too. We got a bunch of stuff to kind of talk about the game, what's happening. I know Morgan has some stuff to talk about, especially what the Catamounts might be doing.
Yeah, I think the Cats are gonna come out, and I think they've got to come out swinging. You've got to play hard the whole game. This is a bigger opponent, like we've said in the past. It's a big, big opponent. It's hard to get it just going. It's hard.
Mhm.
But you've got to keep things going, and you've got to keep the foot on the gas. We can't have another meltdown like we had last week. We got back in because Gardner Webb is not as good as a team as Wake. That's no doubt. That's in no way at all a clash to them.
No, not at all. I think Gardner Webb is a very underrated team. Very much last year when I was looking over their stuff, they were a team that only lost by like a point or a score or 2. It wasn't even their fault. They were under a new coach and everything. I think we'll see the Bulldogs more often and maybe a return to the playoffs for them. But for Wake, it is going to be a harder opponent just because they're a bigger school. But
They get bigger players.
they get bigger players. We just have to. Last year we were in the game with NC State, which was our big time game, and almost had a chance at winning that.
We did. The issue with that game was that we just ran out of gas. They had like a 10-minute drive.
Oh yeah.
And that killed our defense, and then our offense couldn't stay off the field. Our defense was really holding us into that game. Our former quarterback, who's now at Pitt, Cole Gonzalez, did a great job in that game.
Mhm.
But, it's just hard to keep things like that going, especially if your defense is gassed. And once they got gassed, they would just keep on slowing it down. That took forever. But we're just still working out some technical difficulties on our end. But I mean, it should be a very competitive game today. I think that we focused on the RPO in practice. I'm sure that we did. Wake's gonna have a smart quarterback, and they do have a smart quarterback. Watch him to run the ball as well. He's gonna be running. I believe he was close to their leading rusher last week. So just keep that open for them. And we're really what I'm trying to say is we're missing Colombo and Dickens.
We are missing those two, and I hope when it gets back, everything gets back on track, and we can kind of, focus on what we wanted to do at the beginning of the season, and hopefully everything gets back in order.
I would agree. I need this team to do good this year. We need to show the coaches that we earn their respect, and you're not going to earn the respect without the respect
Yeah.
being earned. They don't just give it to you.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that, but it is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. We're just getting the game loaded here. Monitor just turned on. We got the game
We
on.
got the game on.
It has started. Wake Forest has the ball, and I would assume they have elected to get the ball first.
I can check right here to see if anything has happened in between. Let me check here.
Yeah, Robbie Asher, like we talked about last week, 20 for 28, 218 yards, no passing touchdowns at all here. But like we just said, here's the first play, and it's going to be a run-pass option, like we said in the pregame. And the Cats did a great job of blowing that
Yeah,
up.
great job there by the
Number
Cats.
6, Bo Simpson-Neely got the nod today, and he blew that play up there immediately, read it perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good start to this game.
Yep.
Just figuring out our setup here last minute. And that was another one blown up by the Cats. The
Wow,
Cats
what an
came
Man,
out
they are
impressive
coming
sequence
out
to start.
swinging right now.
That's number
yeah.
4, and it's a whole bunch of catamounts
4,
swarming.
5, and 6. We got a whole little numeric order going
Thompson.
on.
Yeah.
That's Justin J. Thompson, Hayward McQueen.
Of
Of
course,
course.
the first of many.
I'm going to see if I have a roster right here. Hopefully I do.
Mm-hmm.
We do right here, yes. And that'll help us for sure with this. Absolutely. Just seeing our reaction.
We're lining up again. Let's see what we're going to bring. It looks like they're
bringing 3 this time.
Two
Dropped
back
a
in
bunch
coverage.
into coverage.
Oh, they're coming. Oh, the
Oh,
quarterback's
coming.
running.
Quarterback
Oh,
running.
no.
He has
no.
open field in front of him.
Oh.
And he's going to
Get the first
He
down.
is stopped, but that is a big run.
That's
and
a
That was
big run.
run. And
especially with that many in coverage, that's tough to give up.
And these are new helmets, actually.
Yeah, they are.
Wake Forest got new helmets. It says Deeks in cursive on the side. Normally they have a WF on the side for Wake Forest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what a
I like the
play
new
by
look.
number 2 here to get into the open field and run.
Yeah.
Good job by
That's
him
tough.
to do that.
That's tough to
Top
give up.
there. All right, he's
Looks like we're going to bring 4 once again.
emotion coming in here.
And
It's,
they're going to keep it with the
to
quarterback.
keep it with
Oh, they
quarterback.
almost
This is
got
a-
him.
It was an option play, and he got a couple there.
Not
maybe
that many.
2 or 3. That was a tackle by
Bo
Bo
Simpson.
Bo
Simpson. Again,
Simpson.
He is all over the place right now. We
Yeah.
like to see that from our boys.
Yeah, that's pretty
over
impressive.
there in Winston-Salem. So far, this Demon Deacon offensive line consisting of Melvin Sayani, George Seath, Devin Clevaney, George Sell, and Falalava.
I do
We
not know how to-
practiced that name I practiced that game with the pronunciation sheet because I knew it was going to be called eventually. But he's
Looks like
done a
most
great
of the
job.
line's pretty experienced besides their left guard, this is actually his first career start according to the broadcast.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's interesting. But it's time. 3rd down and 7. I'm going to expect a pass play
Yeah.
unless the quarterback gets
We'll
absolutely.
see if the Catamounts bring heat, perhaps.
Yeah.
I don't expect heat. I'm going to expect them to drop back most of the game. See, they're coming out in a 4-3 right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Or sorry, a 3-4 right now. They're going to drop boys back. Looks like it's going to be man coverage.
Yep. Definitely some man coverage coming in here.
Going to be a pass play, and
Pass.
it's blown up.
Oh,
It's out.
incomplete.
Oh,
Fumble.
wait.
They
Wait.
called it fumble.
No, incomplete.
Incomplete.
The
Incomplete.
ref comes in at last
Okay.
second and says incomplete.
Still a great
Lafayette-
stop.
A fourth down, so the Catamounts get a stop here.
And now we're going to see the first offensive drive of the game, I
Yeah.
imagine.
And like we said, it's important. They got yards. It wasn't a 3 and out, but they got a
Wow,
first
that was
down.
quite a hit by number 5. He had the ball pretty much caught, and then number 5
Yes.
hits him.
You know who number 5 is?
Hayward McQueen,
It
of
sure
course.
is.
Another
No one but
another
Hayward
big
McQueen.
play.
McQueen.
Here comes the punt return
Tyer.
Tyer.
We've talked
like
about
I said
him.
in the pregame, you want to make sure, and he's getting close actually. He's
Mhm.
quite
Close. I think the referees are discussing if it might have been a fumble.
But it doesn't matter it just matters for the spot of the ball
Yeah.
because we did not recover it. They
Yeah.
did. It's only like 1 or 2
Yes.
yards.
Mhm.
Kerwin's
Essentially.
trying to figure out what's
Yeah,
going
Coach
on
Bell's
here.
looking.
And his beautiful purple
What a nice
short
hoodie.
sleeve hoodie. Maybe that's sleeveless with the purple shirt under it. But he's looking good and ready for this game on the turf.
Yeah,
in
I'm
Winston-Salem.
sure he's got some good plays called up for today.
I sure hope so. I didn't get to see any of them, but players are going to the tunnel.
Oh.
What the heck?
Thunder in the area
Oh.
is what I'm going to assume, which means we've got 30 minutes of talking to do.
Wow.
Okay.
Looks like
I
we've
would
got.
love to see
Oh,
if somebody could come in here and tell me what we are to do, because we did not think that this would happen, but both teams are heading into the tunnel right now because of thunder in the
Thunder
area.
in the area, so the game
Thunder
will be
in the
delayed
The
for.
game will be delayed for a minimum of 30 minutes.
So-
Which
Alright,
means
everyone's
that we are
leaving.
going to be yapping about nothing for 30 minutes.
After we
be-
just yapped
we can
about
talk
all of
about
our
some of the-
pregame talking points for 30 minutes.
Don't you love weather? I'm going to actually check the weather here and see what it looks like in Winston, see how long this thunderstorm is going to happen as I have that saved in my phone.
Yeah,
We can talk about some things that are going on right now, especially.
that's true.
with-
Maybe I could put up another SoCon.
Yeah,
game
maybe
or
look
something.
up
we
for-
can browse.
We can
browse.
we can look at some we can give you some score updates
Yeah.
from around the country. Just go with SoCon right now, Don.
Yeah.
Yep, gotcha. I'll
On our
pull-
undisclosed Surface browser.
Mhm.
Wow.
see.
But
Okay.
they are heading to the tunnels under the bleachers. That's actually in addition to the thing. Those bleachers weren't there last year.
Yeah. Well, at least we got to stop before
We do
the
have
delay.
so right now. So we do have some thing coming in right now. We just to update. Tennessee Tech is beating Chattanooga 24 to
Wow.
3.
Absolutely
Okay.
beating the brakes off of Chat. And how much time is left in that one? Looks like 5:17 left
In the
second.
second, so
Okay.
about to be halftime there.
Okay.
And if we're going to go over to Virginia for VMI, taking on, was that Forum? Was that what they called it?
Forum, yeah, Forum. I've never seen this school before, but
They're up 14-0.
they must be pretty bad if VMI's beating them. No
Yes.
offense to VMI.
They're military school,
They're a
but
military school. There's a lot of respect for the gentlemen,
True.
ladies and gentlemen that go there, but they are not an athletic school.
nope. And Furman taking on Presbyterian has a 7-0 lead, but the game is still in the mix of the first quarter with 11:22 going. So still early in that game, but so far impressive for Furman, especially since Presbyterian beat Mercer last week.
So I just got the weather update.
Oh
It's
boy.
not looking good.
Oh boy.
Thunder for a minimum of 1 hour
Oh,
in the area.
no.
My
So
goodness.
this might be a 7-hour football game. We're in for a long
Oh,
one,
boy.
ladies and gentlemen.
Another long one. Well,
Okay.
get your popcorn ready and grab your seats because we might be here for a bit.
It will be a thunder delay for at least an hour. I have a producer walking in,
Yeah.
coming to see
Yeah.
potentially what's going to happen here.
Yeah, the weather forecast stops with it right over.
It
Yeah.
does. So we just got word. The forecast stops with the thunderstorm right over the stadium, and it is. Oh my gosh, it is bright yellow
Oh,
right above
boy.
the stadium,
That's not
and
good.
there's
Okay.
more coming. So,
It's been a
we-
day of delay. Well,
we're gonna keep it
Keep
going.
it going. Keep it going.
Let's see if
Okay.
we can.
do you want to do some around the?
Well, let's see.
let's
What
do-
other
let's-
games do we have right
Let's see
now?
what other games we have around the FCS.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about the Florida State E-Test this
No,
game. It's
no.
56-0. Don't worry about that.
How's NC State? Didn't they have a game today?
You want
Minnesota's beating Northwestern State
Oh.
66-0.
Oh, wow.
Goodness gracious.
Dang.
These schools are getting the brakes beaten
getting off of them right now. Yeah, ton of games coming on over here. Trying to find the better ones. Butler taking care of business against, was that Truman State? Of course, our game delayed. Howard playing against Temple. Austin P playing against Georgia.
Yes, we
later
have
tonight.
that in just a few minutes.
We
so
do.
That'll surely be a tough matchup,
Tough matchup.
for Austin P, I believe.
What do we have going around the top 25 right now in
And
the FBS?
And the
Penn State is currently up 20 to FIU.
FI
so
honestly
20 to
lower. I
0.
know I might be a biased Pitt fan, but honestly, for the amount of stuff they talk about Penn State, I'm kind of disappointed that they aren't beating them harder. Like
Looks like Texas has started out with a much better game. Maybe Arch Manning's slinging the ball.
Arch
a bit.
Manning right now,
28
11
to
for
7.
18, 180 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Wow.
So I will say
Okay.
this about Arch Manning. I do not like Texas, but I will be nice to Texas right now. I don't think that Arch was ready
Last
because
week.
last week or even last year, because people were saying, "Oh, we're going to save him a year." If Arch was ready to play last year, like they're saying he was for this year, he would have played last year.
And Quinn
But
Ewer's still in the building. It's tough to go away from the guy who started for that long.
it's not,
you know,
though.
it
it
is.
should, if he was ready, he
I
would
feel
have
like the
played, I
coach
think.
probably didn't have as much faith as he proclaimed. You know,
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
feel like
Steve
he
Sarkisian.
wanted to have the consistency of viewers for that last season.
Yeah, absolutely. But also, you go into the shoe in any environment. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a hard win,
Yeah.
especially in the shoe.
It's gonna be a hard fight in the shoe.
Yeah.
If we can go to the Battle of Iowa in halftime, right now we have Iowa State 13-10 against the
The
Hawkeyes.
Cyclones
Yeah.
beating the Hawkeyes. Not expect. So I believe the away team has won the last 5 games of that one.
Interesting.
So
Mhm.
it's kind of interesting that that's going on. I don't know who the home team is. I think it was
It's Iowa
probably
State.
Iowa State. So that's interesting. Look to see Iowa come back into this one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Indeed.
There's also in other North Carolina sports, we got Duke,
Duke, yeah.
13-14 number
11
14,
Illinois.
13 number 11 Illinois. That's in halftime right now.
That's a
So
big one.
Duke's having a
Duke
decent start.
Illinois has 19 starters returning.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if Duke could get that one, that'd be a decent
I
one
know.
for that
Keep-
program, I'd say.
Does,
Yeah.
Yes.
And keeping it close to home, up in our state capital of Raleigh, we got the Wolfpack taking on Virginia. Virginia is up right now, 31-28. They
Ooh.
just scored a touchdown
Oh, okay.
in the third quarter late.
I wonder if
So
my sister's hanging around that game.
she might
goes
be.
just to
She
back.
might be.
Yeah.
But yeah, very interesting, especially with the Wolfpack. Last year, a lot of expectations. So.
And I want to give a special shout out to everybody helping us today. First of all, I want to shout out our producer back in the studio. Sorry, Julian, once again, it's going to be a long one. Julian Vanderhoof, thank you so much for being in the studio back
Yeah.
at the station.
Hope he has that
Um,
Domino's
Hope you have
already.
something in there with you.
Might need to
because,
send him something.
It's going to be a long one. But we just got a message. We'll get you something.
We'll get him
buddy.
something.
Yeah.
You'll be great.
Yeah.
Shout out our general manager, Hallie Stanley. She's here doing a little dance in the
Yeah.
studio. Give her a shout
Shout
out.
out Hallie.
We were barely going to make it on air at times, so shout out to them.
Shout out to them. Also, shout out to our other guy,
Yeah.
Ryan
Creel.
Creel.
No, he's
Ryan
not the
Creel.
other guy. He's a program
Yeah,
coordinator.
Oh,
He's
what?
he's number 2.
He's number 2.
dump throwing heat all day. He's
What do
been
you
roasting
mean?
everybody. But yeah, shout out Ryan Creel, our program.
Also, my
and
director for
coordinator.
We Talk Sports.
Yeah,
So.
nice plug right there. Our technical director, Nate Bearer. Shout out Nate. Audio, Laura Overby.
Yeah.
And, of course, WeTV general manager, Pendy, Jacob
Yeah.
Pendergrass.
Oh, yeah,
WTS
that guy.
co-host. We love that guy. Yeah.
So I'll be shouting. We'll get to shout outs there. And we're still in a weather delay.
Do you want me to continue on with the?
Yeah, well, let's see some other scores going around the country.
My favorite team, my love,
The
Pitts.
Catamounts?
They're also my love, but I'll say
Uh-huh.
another feline team. The Pitt Panthers are
Uh.
up big against Central Michigan, 24-10 in the early third quarter, and then we're going to go over to New York with Syracuse actually losing to UConn.
Oh no.
UConn has a
Syracuse.
good team
They
every
are.
few years. They
Syracuse,
catch you off by surprise.
They have former Georgia coach Fran Brown as their head coach, who was a really great defensive mind for us. I thought he had a pretty great season last year for them. Hopefully they can pull that out. That's not a win, or that's not a game they want to lose.
No, that's not a game, especially after they fought hard against Tennessee last week, and then moving over to.
Fought hard is a little bit of an overstatement.
I
They
mean-
got the breaks for confidence.
I mean, 38-26 against Tennessee.
Yeah, that's not that
That's
bad.
not bad.
I was thinking about a different game. Never mind.
But
Can't get it all.
Can't get them all.
We think
right.
about a
But,
lot of stats.
But keeping with our rankings, number 19 Texas A&M taking care of business against Utah State 24-6, and then of course our game being delayed, and that is so far what we have. We got of course Owen's favorite team, Georgia, taking on Austin Peay very
Can't be
soon.
plugging other teams.
I think we'll get a win.
I think.
I wasn't going to say they were my favorite because it is a Catamounts broadcast. But, another game, Kennesaw State, who played Wake Forest
Yes.
last week. They currently are they have scored 9 on Indiana. Indiana scored 28, so 28-9.
Hey, watch out for those Owls.
Maybe they're better than we expected.
Kennesaw State, 9 points against the number 23 team? Sure.
I mean, yeah,
We'll see.
ranked team. I mean, I think they're moving in the right directions. It's like we're in a sort of, I don't know, just like college football simulator right now, where someone's just taking these lower teams and making them great.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, I think it's going to be a good day. Hopefully.
Hopefully we
this
get.
is not what we wanted to see. The Cats came out swinging, and they had the momentum on
Oh,
their side
no,
from
this
the
is
first
bad.
play.
We had
This is-
one great stop.
And if we,
I hope they're.
I hope we come out with the same intensity, because this is an issue with weather delays and intensity. Is that you come out and you're swinging and you're ready to fight and you're like, grr. and then it all falls away.
I think you mean roar.
Well, we're cats. We grr. Wait, do cats grr or roar?
I mean, lions roar. They're big cats.
They're big cats, but I mean, bears more and more. I guess bears grr, but if cats get angry, they grr.
I mean, yeah,
They
they
go
meow.
grr, you know? I guess it is a meow. But
Yeah.
they're yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what other things could we talk about in this rain delay?
I mean,
Should we talk about? Let's see. What? Who do we think will be like the number one weapon to emerge from the Catamounts
Malik
offense
Knight.
this year? Malik Knight, you
Knight,
think?
I think
Well,
so.
he had
right
that
now,
one
Malik Knight,
reception.
he's going to be your vertical threat, and Colombo's going to stay in the slot when he gets back in.
Okay,
Mhm.
so
Sorry, that was an easy one.
yeah.
No, you're
but,
good.
But Colombo's been the man on this team for a while. I mean, besides when Desmond Reed was running back here, 2 seasons ago.
Mhm.
yeah, I remember he was a monster until
He
he went
had
to Pitt.
250 yards.
still
and
is a monster.
half.
That was such a weird scenario when your coach's son leaves the school and then takes half of your best players with him.
Yeah.
Because he went to Pitt. He took Branson, or not Branson. He took him with us.
Sincerely as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a tragic.
Cole Gonzalez,
Right.
Now he's there as well. You know,
Yeah, he
former
was
quarterback.
He was
A lot of Catamounts have gone to Pitt. You know, this is a completely different sports question. But have y'all been paying attention to MLB any?
No.
Well, there's a Catamount pitcher that's actually started to pitch pretty well.
Mm.
For
Zebby
the
Matthews.
Twins?
Yeah, for the Twins. Yeah.
They had a face-off.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, in the middle of the summer, I'd say about middle of June. Him and Big Dumper himself.
Oh wow, Cal Raleigh.
Cal Raleigh,
Cal
MLB leading 50 some odd home runs.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, but yeah, I think we're gonna just keep on talking about the Western stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
I hope
most-
they play better. It's just gonna be hard.
They got. I think the boys need to lock in. They need to kind of just, not let this delay get into their heads. They had a great opening drive against Wake Forest. I
Yeah.
did not really.
I worry about the field conditions though. If this thunderstorm's as bad as you said, like the field is going to get drenched. We saw yesterday at that high school game what a wet field can do when
It
people be
can,
slipping.
But it is a turf field. I've been on the field. It's very well crowned. It's going to be well maintained. There are lots of drains on the sidelines. I don't feel like it's going to be that bad of a condition. It didn't look like it was raining. It just looked like it was thunderstorming.
Mm.
And it looks like it is passing through Winston now.
Mhm.
But it's just going to be another struggle, I think. If you're Kerwin,
Yeah.
which none of us are coaches. We're
No.
just
No, we're just
we
college.
just
students.
college
pretend to
students.
have opinions.
But yeah.
I mean, if you're Kerwin, why don't we pull up Wake Forest's stats?
Yeah, we can
let's
do
see
that.
let's see what they're
Yeah.
best at.
Mhm.
Wake Forest.
I can. Yeah.
I think last game they were best at passing.
Yeah.
They were better at passing than they were at running the ball. I'm surprised by that
Yeah.
because generally Wake Forest is a better running team than passing, and passing opens up the run, except for when they had Sam Hartman.
Mm. Sam
Mhm.
Hartman was a pretty good quarterback.
Well, Sam Hartman
Good
was a
looking
good
too.
quarterback.
Yeah, he was. That's why he got drafted.
Yes. And he's also on the Washington.
Is he
what
still
are
on
they
the
called? Commanders.
Mhm.
Washington Commanders.
Is he
yeah.
still on there?
I don't know. I think it's Sam Howell on there for their backup.
No. Sam Howell was there. He was actually gonna start, but then.
He's on the
Oh,
practice
Practice
squad.
squad.
Hartman's on the
According to,
practice
we have
squad.
some sources in here who know a
some
lot about the
sources.
Commanders
Yes.
who pipe these things into our ears.
Yeah.
Sam Hartman, he's a practice squad. Who knows?
Mhm.
Practice squad quarterback. You never
He
know.
should never have left Winston-Salem, in
Yeah.
my opinion. I don't like the transfer portal.
So,
What are your thoughts on the transfer portal?
Actually, let's talk
Ooh,
about
that's a
that.
good
That'd be
question.
good. An NIL.
yeah,
Let's talk
yeah,
about
we can talk about just. That's a good way to just get burn time by bringing up these massive questions.
Yeah, I was about to talk about.
Um,
Yeah.
Overall, I think I'm pro portal. I think that I wish it had a little bit more restrictions on it, I think there was a middle ground that we just completely missed. We went right from if you transfer it, you lose another year regardless, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
to just now you can do it whenever you want, basically, for zero penalty, which I understand it gives players the opportunity to get a better shot for themselves, but it hurts the team when you recruit these guys and you develop these guys and you put everything into them to be contributors, and then they're just all right, thanks for all your help, bye.
Yeah.
Like we had with our running back when he went to Pitt. It just happens,
I
sadly.
think one transfer free should be okay.
Yeah.
But
you're
I
doing
think
it multiple
the issue
times.
is that you have to remember these are not professional athletes. These are professional students.
Yeah.
Student athletes. When you go to a new school, it's hard to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Just once, it's difficult. But there are players going to 4 or 5 schools during their career. And that's hard. There's a player, and he's gone to 4 different parts of the country for his college football career.
Especially when
And it's hard to maintain the classroom academics when you're constantly concerned about moving around.
And it's hard to maintain your development if you're constantly having to learn new systems, especially when in college, the way you become a better player is through experience and playing there longer and longer. If you're jumping ship to another school, you have to learn a whole new playbook. You have to mesh with all your new receivers. I'd say that's going to impact your performance a little bit. And in some cases, it could even hurt your draft stock, I think, if you go to a place and you perform worse than you did.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. It's hard, like, just telling people you can't go somewhere. But at the same time, I feel like there needs to be a penalty if you go a second time. I feel like there should be a freebie and then like start penalizing.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot.
Also, I think when people, some players would be like, I'm going to sit out of this bowl game because I want to transfer. I find that to be just a little.
Yeah, that part.
I don't like that. I understand they're trying to keep themselves healthy, but if you're leaving your team, you could at least give them, one more game.
Well, actually, the funny thing now, I believe they just moved the fall transfer.
I did
portal.
see that they moved the date.
They moved it because last year they had a Penn State quarterback wanted to transfer, and they were up for like a big game, and it just never worked out for them.
Yeah. Let's see.
He had to transfer out, and he transferred middle of the season during the playoffs.
So they've changed it from 2 portal windows to now there will just be 1 portal window in January, and that'll be open for 10 days. So that's going to replace the previous system that had 2 separate winter and spring transfer windows. So now you're just going to have 1 window from January 2nd for 10 days.
Which I think should be pushed back even more.
Yeah, I
Which
think the issue is the academic semester starts so soon. I think that's the biggest thing because they have to everybody needs to register for classes, and sometimes the bowl games or games don't start until right after the semester.
Yeah.
Or, it's tough. This period would stretch through the semifinal round and end a week before the playoffs. So I wish they had put it a week later even, so it was after the playoffs fully, I don't like the idea of someone just being able to leave a team right in the middle of playoffs,
No,
But, I mean, it has to do with academics, and this expanded playoffs has to deal with that. I feel like they wouldn't have had an issue doing it if the Rose Bowl was the national championship game on January 1st.
Yeah.
But it's not anymore.
No,
Oh, it's
anymore.
not.
It's way past into January now, so
It
that's
is.
part of the issue with this 4-round, 3-round, 3 or 4-round playoffs.
Yeah.
I know. And there's been, of course, a lot of people saying, should they expand it or?
No, I don't think we need to expand it anymore.
No, we
isn't-
just expanded it.
this
We
isn't-
haven't even tried this
I know.
year's
This isn't
system
the
yet.
January junction, right? It's not March Madness, January junction of teams. It's college football. Let's keep it like college football. It's not March Madness.
So
Talk
you're
about expanding March Madness. I'm an
you're
anti-expandist.
man,
for
you're
college
you're an
football.
old head.
I am an old head. Anti-expansionism
Yeah.
for college football
Yeah,
playoffs.
for sure. Some other news: Alabama wide receiver Ryan Williams is hurt today. He's not going to play against
he still had
Louisiana
They do play.
Monroe.
He's on
He suffered
protocol.
a conclusion, or not conclusion.
Conclusion.
He suffered a concussion,
Concussion.
which I clearly have. If I'm mispronouncing that, as conclusion. So he's proceeding through portal. Alabama, I don't know what to think of that team right now.
There's a lot of things to think about. I mean, obviously it's a new era, no longer Saban. Obviously year 2 with DeBoer, but
Or DeSad if you're an Alabama fan.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know my dad's been a big Tide fan ever since he was little. So, but obviously it's a different era. There's a lot of expectations, but against Florida State, I was very disappointed. I mean, no offense to Florida State, but like that's a team that Alabama on most days, especially with Saban in the building, they crush.
Yeah, I mean, as a man with a Georgia alum of a father, it's very happy days for me when Alabama loses. I have a great time.
I
whenever they-
think today they'll get their first win because they play Louisiana.
Yeah,
Monroe,
I'd
so
say they could probably get a win.
hopefully.
Hopefully. If Kalen didn't get the win, that buyout might be paid within a week.
I believe that's where Phil Robertson went to school.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Duck Dynasty.
Really?
Oh, wow.
He
that
actually started over, not Teddy Bridgewater. What's his name? Terry.
Terry?
Yeah.
Which Terry?
Terry will.
Terry Bradshaw?
Yeah.
Terry
he
Bradshaw.
over Terry Bradshaw, and he.
Yeah.
That's
he-
funny.
yeah, he
I had
started-
no idea about
Yeah,
that.
I'm
The Duck
pretty-
Dynasty
I'm
guy?
like 90% sure. Now you can fact check me on that, but I'm like 90% sure that's what that happened there.
Yeah, that's interesting. I
that
didn't
Phil
know about
Robertson-
that.
Maybe.
Started over him in college and decided he didn't want to go into the NFL and he wanted to make duck calls instead. He made the better choice.
Yeah,
that's
I mean, it made him some more money, I think.
I think
Yeah.
so too.
A lot
Yeah.
of money.
A lot of
Yeah.
money. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a better quarterback than Terry Bradshaw. Interesting.
Are we saying like all
In college, yeah.
in
'Cause
college?
he started over him.
I was gonna say if you're saying that like all the time, I'd be like, no.
Well, I mean, if he's better than him in college, he probably would have been better than him in pro.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know.
And
I
what
don't
was
know.
the
I
thing
mean,
with
Terry does.
Bradshaw made a lot of money too off quarterbacking in his
Yes,
Fox
but-
deals.
but-
We should call him up and we'll compare how much money they made in their careers.
Well, I don't think that's going to be possible because he still just passed away.
That's right, he did. I just saw that they
Ah.
were doing a tribute to him at the movie theater the other day. I think they had like
Yeah.
a movie about him, like
Yeah,
his
they're
life.
doing his life. And
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting for sure. But I feel like we have some stats from last week pulled up from Wake Forest. that we
Yes,
can talk
yes,
about. That way
yes.
we're not rambling
Oh,
about
I did,
stuff
but my app
previously.
crashed. So
But I think Don has it pulled up on this side. So Don, why don't you go ahead and read us off some of these stats?
Yes,
here,
I
starting
will.
out with the quarterback.
Yeah, Robbie Ashford, the quarterback for Wake Forest. He was 20 for 29, had 218 yards. That's 71.4 percentage completion. Was averaging about 7.8 a drive or a throw. His longest pass was 41 yards. Didn't have any touchdowns though. So he was sacked 4 times, which kind of shows you from Kennesaw. That was a slow game when I was watching it against Kennesaw State. It was just very slow and sluggish. Morgan, do you want to talk about their rushing attack?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Robbie Ashford was their leading rusher. They only had 130 yards on the ground. Very different for a Wake Forest team, especially without the dominant back of Damon Claiborne.
Yeah.
They always had a dominant back when I would watch, and they always had a receiver that could catch, and they actually are producing pro-level receivers right now.
Yep, yeah.
And that's what they were doing under Dave Clawson, is they were developing nobodies into somebody. You might have heard this name in Atlanta, Jesse Bates III.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's terrorizing the Panthers.
He is, Wake Forest. But Ty Clark had 11 for 37. Jamario Clements. That's a great
That's a
name
good
right
name.
there.
Jamario. Yeah.
11 for 26. So a lot of carries, 47 carries for 130 yards. So it wasn't like they weren't running the ball. Kennesaw State just had their number on the line.
Yeah, I mean, this really shows just how Kennesaw State's also improved in their past few years, I think.
Or
'cause
how much Wake has deteriorated.
that's true. It could
That's
also
true.
be that. It's
But
tough
you-
to say in week
Kennesaw
one.
State's that good.
They were
Yeah.
runner-up
Yeah.
for the ACC not too long ago. So
Yeah, 2021 they were, but that was 4 years now.
Yeah.
that is
So
fair.
it was quite a while.
It was quite a
The
while.
fake Kenny Pickett slide. I was at that game.
I remember that.
I
That was some
wa- I
controversy.
wanted to go to that game.
I was in the top. I was in the top row.
Yeah.
There was no getting further back. Beautiful stadium, not the greatest stadium, but a nice stadium.
I followed the Wake Forest football account, so I'll keep us updated with any weather delay
I was just
notifications.
about to say, it looks like it's going to be thundering there for at least another hour on top of this 30 minutes we just talked about. So we're going to be here for a while.
Yep, we are.
Yeah.
I can check to see if any other score updates have happened.
Here's a pretty good quote from the Grambling State head coach who's playing Ohio State this week. They've got a great band. We've got a great band. We're going to compete as a band.
And I
I'm-
love that quote. I saw
I'm
that
just
interview.
joking. We understand what's going to happen. That's a coach who's okay with getting paid to take an L.
No, that is. Actually, score alert. Presbyterian has tied Furman in the game right now.
Oh,
Late in
okay.
the first, Furman has the ball at their own 25. So,
Interesting.
yeah, very interesting. Not a whole lot going on in the other games. Chattanooga, Tennessee Tech just hit halftime, and VMI's game is in the midst of the second quarter. So,
And
still.
Gunnar Stockton's just started at his Georgia game.
Oh,
They
interesting.
moved that up due to their weather delay, actually,
Yeah.
or their weather
We should
concerns.
have started ours at 10 a.m. it
Yeah,
sounds
come
like.
on, Kerwin,
Goodness
when we
gracious.
move this up.
Kerwin, other
Get
guy,
this
what are we
early.
doing? Mr. Clausen. Yeah, no, it's good. It's going to be a good game, I think. But like we've said the previous 5 minutes, and we're going to say it every 5 minutes,
Uh-huh.
you got to keep. I don't know, if we're the coach, we put our shoes into Kerwin's shoes.
Uh-huh.
Wait.
Yeah. Role
Put ours-
play.
you mean
Role
feet?
play is
Yeah, put our
Kerwin.
feet in Kerwin's shoes. We're all Kerwin Bell now. We played in the NFL as a quarterback.
Had that unfortunate spike in.
yeah, unfortunate spike incident, but was also on the top 10 leaderboard for passing touchdowns
Yeah.
in a career for a little bit.
Mhm.
What are you doing to your team? What are you
just-
telling your team right
I
now?
was telling them to stay focused. Stay
Limber up.
focused.
Don't let
Are
your
we
those
running
post warm
Oklahoma
up stretches.
drills? Are
Yeah.
we running Oklahoma drills?
And go hard on them dudes, I think is a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to conserve your energy, but you got to make sure the team is ready to
I-
come out whenever the weather
And it's
delay
going
is
to be
over.
hot and sticky if it's
Ugh.
raining.
Oh,
I
it's
don't-
gonna
we
be-
don't
I
have
won't
a view
envy
of the
them.
Stadium right now,
I don't
but
envy them.
I would assume that in Winston it is sticky right now because of the heat. Because it's 77 here, which means it's going to be hotter down the mountains. I'd say about 83 to 5 at a minimum.
Yeah,
80. So it's going to be hot and sticky.
Goodness,
Expect
it's gonna
cramps.
be
It's gonna be crampy season there. Crampy time. A lot of dudes.
Crampy time.
A lot of dudes gonna be on the ground. A lot of dudes gonna be on
You
the
gotta get
ground
them,
getting
do
their legs rolled out.
the Andy Reid special. You gotta make sure they drink up that was it pickle juice?
Oh no.
Pickle juice is great. I don't know why you're hating on pickle juice.
I don't like pickles.
I don't like pickles
Okay,
either.
Pickle juice, honey, or mustard? They all
Honey.
work.
I'll
What are you
take
choosing?
I
honey
love
nut.
honey.
Honey
Although-
mustard.
Although, oh, you said honey mustard.
Honey
No,
mustard.
no, not honey mustard.
You mean mustard? You said mustard.
No, he said honey, and then he said mustard.
Honey
Oh.
and mustard.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was
I'll
right.
do both.
Honey. Yes. No, don't do both.
You can pick one.
You can pick one.
I'll take honey. I'll
Okay.
take honey.
That's
I don't think honey works with cramps.
It's
You
gonna
just
be
pickle
thick.
Juice and the mustard. I don't know
I
why
would
you
not
said
drink pickle juice. I'll find something else that makes
that.
me.
Okay, what's your favorite type of pickle though?
I
I
don't
don't like
have one because I
pickles.
don't like one.
Oh, okay. I like
Okay,
dill.
well,
I
dill.
like dill.
Yeah.
Dill guy.
I'll say
hard-hitting
fried
conversation
pickles.
today.
No.
Fried pickles are
well,
good.
Fried pickles or dill pickles. You just like deep fried dill.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
here's,
it
here's
takes.
a good question. What's your like favorite concession at a football game?
Oof.
When
I'm a
you're- when
big
you're-
burger guy.
Okay.
I love a good hot dog.
It's hard to get a good burger though. Sometimes they're just so dry, you know.
Yeah, so sometimes I'll get a dog. If I'm at baseball though, I'm getting the foot long.
I'm getting the
You're-
hot
you're
dog
getting
at a
foot
long
baseball
dog,
game.
not
Yeah,
the hot dog,
yeah.
the foot long dog.
Yeah, Asheville Tourist $1 dog night.
you're a
I'll
glizzy
get
man
like
yourself?
$3 hot dogs. They'll get there and they'll be half burnt, but I'll eat them anyways. You know. That's,
Dude, I had my friend had me over for a cookout one time,
yeah.
and the dogs were cooked through.
Oh
Through?
no.
They were like dark.
That's
They were
tragic, bro.
charcoal.
They were peeling off. Of
Oh
layers
boy.
of black.
Were you polite? Did you?
I did not eat.
Oh.
I got the sander out and sanded it down on a fork.
I guess
got the
for
paper out?
because it is almost Sunday. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
the NFL kicking off. What is your like? If you're doing a football host a party,
Mhm.
what are you having for that?
I'm having some chips and salsa.
Chips
you
and
know,
salsa?
What flavor salsa?
Medium. Yeah.
I love a
don't,
good-
I don't go
one of my
spicy, but
favorite-
mild is too mild.
One of my favorite things that my mom always makes for me.
Imagine mild, medium, mild.
She makes a killer buffalo chicken dip. I
Ooh.
just love it. Spicy, but not too
You'll
much.
have to get us the recipe.
I gotta give you one day. I gotta cook it for you
yeah,
guys.
yeah, that'd be good. That'd
Yeah,
be
one
good.
day.
Chips and salsa. You know, I set out some drinks.
I'm
you
a
know.
queso guy.
You're a
You're a
queso
queso guy?
guy.
Queso's
Give me
pretty
some
good.
Velveeta cheese.
Velveeta,
I'm-
dude.
unfortunately-
Velveeta smacks. I will not lie. This
As a
guy
lactose
knows.
intolerant person, I don't always go with
It's
queso.
okay
It
because
depends.
Velveeta's
It depends.
not real cheese, so
Yeah.
you can have it.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Perfect. You know, queso's good. I like
uh,
queso too, especially at like a Mexican restaurant. you
No,
know,
no, yeah.
you know.
I'll say a Mexican restaurant. Good.
Okay, here's a real question.
Mhm.
My friend, he loves putting cheese on his tacos.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we had street tacos one time. My friend made us street tacos, and he threw a fit because there wasn't cheese for street tacos.
Hmm.
Are you putting cheese on a street taco?
I think.
What? So like, this is a taco with like corn and stuff.
No, it's essentially like a Hispanic taco.
Yeah,
So it's like
I've-
the ones you can get like, it's like the steak, the cilantro.
Yeah.
the
No. No.
onions,
I would not.
Sometimes a verde.
I would
salsa.
not put cheese on that. I have a taco truck near my house in
I
Asheville.
thought you were about to say I have a taco truck.
No, I don't. That would be an interesting twist. I would bring it right over here.
I was about to
But,
say we could use that.
Please
But
do.
no, they make like the best street tacos, and they don't put cheese on them,
They
and
don't
I
put
find
cheese.
it better for it. I'll put cheese on like if I'm making tacos at home
Yeah,
with like
ground
American
beef,
material.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get like
That
the
American steak.
one of my favorite
Yeah.
things is a California
Ooh,
burrito, which is a
okay.
steak burrito.
The burrito California.
Yeah, burrito California.
Oh, that
What's
burrito.
in a burrito,
It's
California?
a 10-inch burrito, bro.
It's a
Okay.
big burrito. You get like steak on it.
Mhm.
And one of the best things I do is pour a little bit of the queso over top of it. So
Yeah.
it's pretty good. That's one of my favorite things to get when I'm at like a
Mexican
Yeah.
restaurant.
nice Mexican.
That's
Yeah.
where I go. I went for street tacos. They're not my favorite. I love that burrito California.
Oh,
Went
yeah.
for a burrito Jose one time. Was
Mhm.
not my favorite. Did not like the shrimp in it.
Yeah.
I don't know how
I
I,
had
feel
shrimp.
about
I had
mountain
shrimp. I had shrimp for dinner last
I don't know
night.
how I feel about
Mountain shrimp.
Yeah,
I mean,
mountain
it
shrimp.
depends
I
on
don't
the
know.
shrimp.
Probably depends on
Have
where
you
they
guys-
catch it from, you know.
Have you guys had the was it the honey walnut shrimp on campus from Panda?
No, I haven't.
We need
I haven't
stop
gone
talking
to
about
Panda
food.
that much. I mean,
know.
what do we pivot to?
I mean, we could take it eventually.
We could.
Favorite sports energy drink color?
Okay. Yeah. Well, I have a blue Gatorade right in there,
A
which
blue sports energy drink?
I'm really regretting
Oh,
leaving
blue
in there.
sports energy.
I wish
Can
I
I
had
tell
it at
you
the
about
moment.
the blue raspberry body armors are
Oh.
probably my favorite. I just got a pack of them last night, and man, they're delicious.
Okay.
I've never
Interesting.
had body armor.
No, I've had body armor. I haven't had that specific type of body armor, but I remember the kind I had being good. I think it was a fruit punch.
A fruit punch is pretty
Yeah,
good. Yep.
yeah.
Fruit punch, strawberry banana also.
Okay,
pretty good.
I'll have to keep this in mind.
Some recommendations in case they quench your thirst.
Morgan, what is do you have a favorite NFL team?
I do.
What is it?
Can I decline?
Why?
Why?
The Patriots, bro.
Well, that's not that bad.
That's not bad,
You
they're
got
not.
Mike Vrabel. You're gonna have a good year. I
Well,
think.
normally I get roasted for being a bandwagon, but I'm not a bandwagon.
There
I
you
mean, you can't be a bandwagon anymore because they've been bad for a few years.
Yes,
So
are.
we're Panthers fans. It's not like we don't understand.
Well, we get
We've
it.
been having pain much longer than you.
Mhm.
My
We've
grandpa
all-
has been a Lions fan since the 60s.
He's having a good
well,
time.
he's finally came around
He's
to
92.
success.
Oh,
I hope they win a Super. I predicted the Lions to win a Super Bowl this year on our WTS
Predicted
episode.
wrong.
I predicted it for your grandpa.
I did have them making the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, I had the Bills taking the
Bills
Super Bowl.
Lions would be epic.
That would
Yeah,
be
that
epic.
would be
I
a
would
good
love
one.
to see
Okay,
them.
here's my question.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Has the Montana State game started yet?
I can check.
Because that's a big time game.
what-
I want to.
what
That's an FCS school.
Yeah, but what conference are they from? Here,
FCS.
let me go down the list. Is that big?
Yeah, maybe it's that one.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. No, it's not that one.
CA.
No, it's not that one.
Nope. We're just going down. Looks like
It's not
independent.
NC State got the lead back on Virginia,
Oh.
35
Oh,
to
it's that.
31.
Hey!
Wolfpack.
Meow, meow, meow. Oh wait, no, they roll.
They're
That's-
wolves.
Oh, they
That's the
howl.
one they held.
They're not right at all.
Wow.
All right.
Let's see here. We've got Texas
got a little
A&M
bit
30 to
longer
6
here.
A little
Utah
bit
State.
longer. I'm trying
Now,
to.
that Grambling State coach
Yeah.
was hilarious.
That is
UConn
hilarious.
is just
And that's an iconic. Last year, who was it? Marshall.
Mahomes.
Marshall.
Marshall just got a nice
Mahomes?
little beat.
Marshall.
All right. But
Let's see.
Marshall, I think, played there last year, and they said, "Come on down, we got Bob's Biscuits. We'll give you NIL. You can get all the biscuits you
Oh
want."
my
I'd sign an
goodness.
NIL deal for that. I'd take that.
Let me sign
That's
a
a
check.
good deal.
They
I'll sign it.
get
We
some
don't got
nice
money, but we
biscuits
got
there.
Biscuits. We got biscuit sandwiches.
That's our conference.
Man, we are talking about a lot of food.
Well,
know.
you know, when you have to improvise like this, you know, we were hungry earlier, so
We did.
we think about
We
food.
did have a bit of some,
We had some
pizza.
pizza. Yeah.
Pizza.
I ordered a large. They gave me a medium. I should have fought it, especially now that we see this scenario here.
Yeah, I'll look up them.
What game are you looking for?
For Montana.
Montana.
Or
Well,
Montana, right? Just
Montana
Montana.
State have not started playing
They
yet.
haven't.
Montana.
It should be. Where's my?
Montana Grizzlies.
I don't know if yeah, the Grizzlies.
I have it. Hold on.
Yeah, I just looked them up. They don't play until
4
8
o'clock.
Is that 4 o'clock?
That's
It's
Grizzlies. Montana
Oh, that-
State.
Oh,
State.
yeah.
I didn't know you meant that.
Yeah, they don't play
Montana-
until 8 o'clock. Montana State.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
South Dakota State, Montana State.
Yeah,
at
it's
8
8
o'clock.
So
p.m.
we will not. We will hopefully.
Not be here that late.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
I
that
would
was-
I would love the kind of
No, I would not. I have another game I need to get to tonight.
Oh,
I know
yeah?
you got your big blue.
My big blue, go blue,
Oh,
baby.
go blue,
Yeah,
go blue.
I don't have my J's on this week, but
You did have them on last week.
I have a whole setup. I have replica everything. So I have the replica socks, I have the replica shorts, and the basketball jersey.
Florida
I just
State
got
currently
a-
up 70 with 14 minutes to
Oh,
go.
my goodness.
70 to
Let's-
0
let's-
to East Texas
I guess
A&M.
I'll check into.
That is just.
Yeah, that might be a.
Florida State might be back.
I might say this. I think
It
there's
is.
a chance.
Yeah, they might be back.
Yeah, I think there's a chance that
They come back. How would they
Eastern
come
Texas
back?
A&M Lions come back 70 down. That would be
I think they cover the spread.
improbable.
I think they cover the spread of 90 points.
Well, I can look at the spread to see.
I don't think there's a spread on that game.
Yes, there is a spread. Yeah, 80. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. My I will say this. We have an interesting setup. So we had 3 rolly chairs back
Mhm.
here. Owen and Dom are in the nice ones.
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
And the one I was sitting in was slowly sinking.
Yes.
So now I'm in a purple bar stool, and while it is very festive,
Yeah, it is.
it is also cramping my leg. I'm getting the crampy cramps.
It's the price you pay for taller genetics.
All right,
I'm
we need to
afraid.
get
Yeah, shout out 6'1", 230.
Shout out 5'7". Yeah.
5'7", 5'8", 5'8".
Oh, okay.
5'8".
All
not
right, you got
6'1".
that 1 inch.
Not
No.
6'1".
No,
Not 6'1".
that's
Yeah.
6'1". Man, I'm just keeping with you guys. 20-0 for Penn State.
Well, yeah, they.
That's
So I
third
will say
quarter.
this: Penn State And FIU is not a bad team. People forget about
No.
FIU. They're not a bad
Drew
team.
Aller, I'm not really the highest.
Drew
person.
Aller, he's a
Drew
good
Aller,
quarterback.
I hate Drew Aller with all my guts. He is the wimpiest. If you can imagine a wimpy, whiny kid like that, I have a
It's
wimpy
him.
kid,
You think
it's
he's
Drew
Greg
Aller.
I feel you,
Heffley and
Morgan.
Drew
As a
Aller?
Pitt fan, I feel you. I feel you,
Well,
Morgan.
no, I just don't like him because he's a crybaby.
He
He was
is.
complaining to the refs after every. Hey man, that was
man.
late, bro.
Hey,
I'm like,
man.
don't be quiet.
And that hairdo, man.
Drew
oh,
Aller, more like Drew, get out of here.
I
What's
agree.
going on?
Get out of here. Get out of
Get
here.
out,
What
walk
is
it
going
Dude,
out.
that Notre Dame
on?
game. Remember when they were talking about him possibly being an NFL in like the draft that year?
He's
The-
gonna. I think he'll get drafted this
He'll
year.
get drafted in the 17th round.
The
and-
17th
by the New York Jets.
round.
The New York Jets are gonna draft him,
Franchise
and they're gonna be
quarterback.
like, man, we're gonna like him, and he's just gonna be like Zach Wilson
Yeah.
out
He's
there.
not going in the first.
Yeah. Morgan, you got any predictions for Michigan? How do you think they'll play this year? With
You want
with
me to
all
go
the
game by
drama.
game? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
No, just give us like.
I mean, we have the time.
might
I
have
would
the
think.
time.
No,
Okay.
we're not doing that. I don't want to talk about Michigan too much on a Western thing, but I will say this: our hardest game so far is going to come tonight against Oklahoma.
Wow,
in
you're not-
Norman.
you're not
And
saying-
you think that they have tight sidelines. So the sidelines are essentially 5 feet wide, and then there's the stadium,
Okay.
5 or 6 feet wide. So it's very tight. It's very built up. The stadium is built up just like Texas A&M's 12th man. So I think Michigan comes out with the win. I don't think their quarterback, I can't pronounce his name, Mateer. I don't think he's good. I don't.
Okay.
I don't think he's as good as the Bryce Underwood.
That was a good
The
quarterback.
Bryce Underwood.
Your running back though, he's special. He's special.
Yeah,
He's
I
very
don't know why
special.
they didn't run him more.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Well, he had a 60-yard rush to start the game.
Yeah.
But he had a good one. I will say this: our tight end is questionable. The number 1 tight end in America.
Didn't
the
you
true
just
freshman.
didn't your one last year get drafted?
He did,
Yeah.
Colson Loveland.
Yeah, I took him in
Colson Loveland.
fantasy in
I
our
did
draft
too.
that we did.
I
Yeah.
did as well.
Yeah.
He's on my bench.
I'm starting
He's on my
because all of
bench.
y'all took tight ends like in round 4.
I
whenever-
did. I did.
They all went off the
I
board,
did,
so I had
did.
to take
I took
Loveland.
Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
and I-
Yeah, but no, I have Loveland. He's good.
Yeah.
But I think we win the game.
Yeah. I
I
think
ha-
bold strat prediction: Georgia will beat this team, the Austin P.
Austin P. They were
Oh.
actually they made it to the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think.
but that's Georgia Bulldogs though.
What do we got here
Where we-
for Duke in Illinois?
Oh yeah.
Dude.
Are they out of
Reminder,
halftime?
Illinois does have 19 returning starters, so I'm expecting that. But Duke's defense, the Dookie defense,
It is going, but right now Illinois has that advantage over Duke, 28-13.
Oh, they scored again.
Yeah,
They
that's
scored it
Dookie
twice.
defense.
Okay, all right.
falling
Yeah,
apart
yeah,
crumbly.
Yeah, they couldn't handle it. Yeah.
Oh, we got,
Okay.
That's fine. We got it.
We
There's still no
improv.
weather
We're
delay.
communication.
Look, we can just
majors.
talk about
We're
every form of
communicating.
sports there are and
Or-
work on it. Yeah. Or
What's your academic standings look like?
I'm good. Yeah. I was on. Look, if you had asked me this 3 years ago, it would have been bad. Now I'm on the chancellor's list. You know, you can turn
Oh,
things around. Yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah.
There you
Thank
go,
you.
man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are you on the chancellor's
I
list?
am also on the
No.
chancellor's list.
Don't ask me that question. So is Hallie
So is
Stanley.
Hallie back
Yay.
here. Yeah, she's doing her dance.
Do your dance.
we just wanted just to have
Yeah.
camp.
The Hallie Cam, we'll
Yeah.
just
Well,
say.
once again, I want to give a shout out to those in the studio, especially
After this delay.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna go even longer.
I will.
They're still orange above the stadium right now,
Okay.
but
Okay.
still thunderstorms in the area. It actually just extended. Oh my
my
goodness,
goodness.
it's gonna be
Oh.
thundering until 5 p.m. So this
Okay,
game
I
might
don't
not
know.
Play today. It might not play today.
Yeah.
But we got some more minutes of talking.
It might not play today, folks, but we will be here.
We'll do our
Actually,
best.
hold on,
Talk
it's
to
only a
you.
35% chance, but oh my goodness, it just updated. It's just orange everywhere.
Oh my goodness, Winston-Salem, what is going on? What bad voodoo
have
did they
the
bring to
Wake
that
Forest
I
area?
don't
account
believe in
hasn't-
voodoo, but I will say this: the black and gold, the black skies and the gold thunder, because it is thundering.
Well, they even made their graphic have a black sky for the weather delay.
We might
They
not
haven't
have a
posted
game
anything
today.
since that though.
We might play at 10 p.m., but I'm gonna be real with y'all.
I don't think
That's
we're
the
gonna be.
late one. I don't know if we're gonna play today. It might be a Sunday kick, or they might just cancel it.
Yeah.
But I imagine they're gonna play at some capacity.
Hey,
for some
Georgia
of it.
just scored a touchdown.
Good job.
Look at that. Good job, dogs.
Go dogs.
Go dogs.
No,
Who's
go-
that
go-
one?
go-
Down the
I was a
track.
bulldog.
Give me Alabama.
Oh, get out here, Lee Corso.
I
Shout
was-
out Lee Corso.
That was
When-
McAfee.
Oh, okay.
That was
Yeah,
McAfee.
that's right. I saw that
I
TikTok.
met
Shut up.
him.
You did?
Yeah,
My
I have a poster. So he went. Okay, just to be clear,
Yeah.
I hate App State.
Yeah.
Go Cats and
Go
go
Cats.
Blue.
Go Cats.
Oh, we know why you hate
Yeah.
App
Yes.
State more than just the.
But I went there for game day,
Uh-huh.
and I
Yeah.
made a poster for the brand poster, and he signed it.
Aw, that's cool.
I have
dude.
it framed.
From
in
what
my
I've
My,
heard-
my stepdad actually flew Lee Corso to one of the college football games because I told y'all earlier
Yeah.
he's flown so many athletes. This year he actually flew Lamar too. So he's
Mm.
flown Lamar
Okay,
Jackson,
let
he's
me tell
flew
you about
Gronk,
Lamar.
he's
I-
flew Lee Corso.
So let me tell you about Lamar.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson does not look like that big of a dude. Which camera are we at? Here.
There.
Lamar Jackson does not look like that big of a guy on the TVs. But I will tell you this: I watched him at Louisville in college, and
Yeah.
he came to Wake Forest. My dad was bros with the AD at the time.
Did he run all over y'all?
Dude is, there we are. Dude is big. If you're in fantasy football and you haven't drafted yet, Lamar.
Well, they
Of
would
course.
have to.
Wait, I
'cause-
mean, you got to take him kind of early, but you
But
know.
yeah, no, Lamar is great. I think Lamar is a great player. He's good for the NFL. He's not a receiver. Don't draft him for a receiver. Don't draft him for a running
why
back.
would they draft him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just got update. We're gonna be apping for another 30 minutes to an hour. Let's go, boys.
Look, all we can do
Yeah.
is hope that by a miracle weather clears up.
And we can
And
talk about.
you know, we hope, we do our best. I mean, should we just talk about some NFL maybe?
Nah, let's
No,
keep it on
you don't want
college.
it.
No,
You don't
we
want
don't need to talk
it.
about it. We got so many college
You're
games.
so down. All right, let's see here.
No NFL.
Let's talk about college. We
No,
got.
just
Score alert. Score alert.
Let's see.
You
I
got
got-
a score update?
We have a
Um,
score alert.
okay.
Duke just scored a touchdown.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now it's about to be 28 with an extra point
Okay.
pending
Alright.
to 20.
All right, we're gonna not talk about other colleges anymore. We're gonna go back to Western.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I think we gotta come out with momentum.
Yeah. I mean, we've been saying this. You know, momentum's all we gotta do. There's.
Do we have stats for Hayward McQueen? I think he has 3 tackles.
I mean, he had
Mm.
16.
So
I can
what
pull
is-
it
what
up.
is
I
that
can pull
live?
it up.
What does the
Yeah.
live sports look like
Yeah.
on? Oh, we got
I
it
got
right
it.
here, Owen. We
Oh,
got it
cool.
on this website here.
Lovely.
There's a. Where would it be? Let's see where it would be.
I know where it's at. It's gonna be under.
Mm.
No, is it? Hold on. We're getting there. Owen, talk us through something.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to pull him up on my. I got him here.
Okay. Yeah.
Box score. Last play, Robbie Ashford made an incomplete pass. We go to the box score, and now, it looks like they
They haven't updated. That's a great
team
website.
stats. No, they have not appeared to update anything at the moment. Play by play, perhaps, since there were only a few plays.
No, it's okay. We're about to pull it up right here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This one's a little bit better, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, go to the live stats breakfast.
Yeah.
It's
I'm-
down.
Is it down?
Yeah, it's down.
Okay.
They turned it down, so we don't have stats.
All right, we're
Oh,
doing our
no.
best. Woo!
Yeah.
Do you want to go back to food?
We can talk
we can
about
talk
food.
about food.
Okay. Sports drinks.
Yeah.
No names.
Okay.
Favorite color? I'm
Oh,
the white
oh,
color.
Red.
Oh,
I
oh,
will
wait,
say
sorry.
red.
We're up,
oh,
we're
it's
up,
back.
we're up.
We're up. Not we mainly about defensive offense for.
Here you go for it.
So for we talked about Wake Forest. So Wake Forest on that drive did not do anything. They were 2 for 3, 0 yards on
Okay.
that play.
Well, yeah,
Um,
the defense was pretty stout for those
Yep.
few plays.
Indeed. I'm trying to pull up the defense.
And Bo Simpson-Neely is our free safety. He was just all over the field in those first few plays. Maybe he'll have a pretty impactful season
He
too.
was everywhere.
Yeah.
We're
Hayward
bringing him
McQueen
in.
had 2 total tackles, 1 solo, and a half one. So pretty good.
Mm.
I will say this about the free safety in that mesh point. Generally, the free safeties will move up.
Yeah.
They'll move towards the line of scrimmage for that, and that's when they get the deep play. So you don't want to oversell.
Yeah, it looked like they were
fade in
almost
and-
blitzing kind of, but not
Even they were in the
perhaps.
3-4 for some of that.
Yeah.
We run a 4-2-5 generally, so we're bringing a new front. A
Mhm.
4-2-5, of course, 4 defensive linemen, 2 linebackers, 5 defensive backs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of play I'll call a lot because when I blitz, I get burned like in video games.
Yeah.
You know, I do hope the defense can bounce back this game, even if they don't get every stop. If they can just be a little more clutch,
And
a
the
little
offense
more
has to score every time they
stringent.
touch the ball.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, you got.
And take time.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to waste time. I feel like if you waste time, unless you have momentum, if you have if you want to put in some tempo, you can. But I'm thinking that you want to make sure that you just waste clock. Army played Oklahoma a few years back, and the key to that game was that Oklahoma, didn't have the ball but for 10 minutes in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
actually.
when you can hold the ball for that long, that's
And Oakland Army
dominant.
did not end up winning. They lost in
Yeah.
third overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough.
But yeah.
Just mainly more. The other one that had a stat was B. Simpson Neely.
Simpson Neely.
Yes, 2 solo tackles, 1 full tackle. So
Yeah, he's playing well.
he's
I
playing
have
well.
a trivia question for you. If you're going to karaoke,
Is this trivia or is this like a question?
Just
oh,
question.
trivia is question.
Okay.
Okay.
If you're going, well, what's the first president?
What's the first
George
president?
Washington.
George Washington.
Okay, what's the second president?
John Adams,
Okay,
Wow.
third president?
Thomas Jefferson.
Wow, he knows his presidents. I remember watching the John Adams HBO show in history class.
Was Alexander Hamilton a president?
No, he
no,
wasn't.
no, he tried.
He tried to be a president,
Yeah,
but
yeah, it didn't work.
He
Yeah.
died.
He
Have you
did.
seen-
He did. There was a whole musical
Well, a
about it.
long
It was pretty
time ago.
popular.
it's about to come in
Yes,
theaters.
yeah, it's about to be in movie theaters.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why he said he died because let's be real, he would have died of age by now.
Yeah,
That makes
that's true. But you know, you got in a duel. Probably not the smartest
no,
thing to do in
with
those times.
was it Aaron
Um,
Burr? Was it?
Aaron Burr.
Yeah.
Yes, Aaron Burr, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of bow, you know what can really be good food at these games? It's nice Bojangles.
Oh, nothing.
Yeah.
Bow time.
Yeah.
My friend wanted Bojangles one time, so I went and got him Bojangles, and then they gave me free Bojangles. So I
Nice.
got 2 Bojangles.
Well, that's
I
a
got
W.
one for me and one for my friend.
I waited at Bojangles for 20 minutes the other day. It was
Oh,
pretty
I waited
ridiculous.
at Bojangles for a whole quarter and a half.
Well, here's the
Wow.
At the
question.
football games. They don't
Yeah.
have Bojangles up there
Yeah.
anymore. At the
What do you
football
get? What's your favorite like type of chicken?
Type of chicken.
games. My dad makes this creamy gravy, like heavy whipped cream gravy.
Yeah.
You put it on, and he has bacon in it.
Ooh, that
Oh,
sounds
that sounds
good.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, good. Anything with bacon's good. Also, my mom makes chicken wrapped in bacon.
Dang, that sounds delicious.
Also,
yeah.
fried chicken.
Yeah, fried chicken's.
Homemade,
Asheville.
homemade.
Asheville has some fantastic fried chicken places, though.
No, homemade
Rockies makes some good stuff. Good stuff.
Homemade chicken, dude. You gotta do homemade fried chicken.
We don't. We never had a deep fryer in my
You just need a
household.
pot.
Yeah,
You need a stock
you
pot.
just need a pot.
Just need some pot.
I mean, what do you all like to cook when you're home? Do you do any cooking?
A little bit.
A little
bit.
A little bit. Yeah,
I'm good with the skillet.
I
and
made some pasta yesterday.
eggs.
Yeah, I made some pasta and some ground beef,
That's
real
good.
complex.
I can
stuff.
make a sloppy Joe.
All right.
Wait, you can make
making
sloppy
some
joes?
sloppy
Yeah, I can
joes.
make-
Hell yeah.
I can make
That's
sloppy
cool.
joes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make
I
a-
mean, we just be looking around. We're looking around. We see here. I don't know exactly. Have Chattanooga and Tennessee Tech, have they scored any?
I
in
can
this
check.
last
I can
game?
check.
Yeah.
Presbyterian Furman.
Check there. Good old Southern Conference right now at Chattanooga. Actually, Tennessee Tech just scored.
Oh,
It is 31-10 against
So
them.
you mentioned Tennessee,
Tennessee
Tech joining
Tech.
the
Yeah, they
SoCon.
are going.
Yeah,
to be
they're
joining
right
the
now-
SoCon. Yeah, you didn't see this? This is confirmed.
And
yeah.
now
When
they
was
are
that?
putting
of like last month, I think.
last
I
month
didn't
they
see
were
that.
yeah
I was in
mid-
Michigan last month.
Tech.
around the end of
SoCon.
August is when they were that it got announced.
And it's going to be in 2026, so next year they will
Yeah,
be.
they will
we'll have a
be-
new opponent.
And right now they are
Oh,
making a statement right now against a well-endowed SoCon representative of Chattanooga,
Mm.
and I'm just kind of making a fool of them right now.
Shout out Chattanooga for making a fool of yourself.
And then we got ourselves VMI taking care of business right now, 21-7 against Froome. How do you pronounce that name? Then Furman taking the lead over Presbyterian, 21-7.
Presbyterian beat Mercer. I don't know if Mercer had a bad game or Presbyterian had a good game last week. But
Mm.
We'll see. We'll see how
I
that
think it was
goes.
7-10.
Mercer's start to the year has been pretty surprising. You know, I thought they would be a bit better than they
Especially, yeah, they're the defending SoCon
defending
champions.
SoCon champions,
Yes.
but they haven't really shown that energy that they had last year
No.
so far in the season. I would say.
Mm-mm, not at all.
We have a weather update when it
Oh.
loads, so
Okay.
it's even more yellow.
Oh no!
It's actually turning white.
Oh, that's
Oh,
not
it's-
good.
So
What does that mean?
What
the
is
bar
white?
was like this big on it, and now it's like this big.
The
for it.
bar is
So,
growing, folks.
It's
The storm is a brewing, and it's brewing big time. So that's
yeah,
no good.
it's
That's no good at all, actually. We need
No.
yeah, it's not good at all.
no,
Yeah.
it's,
I'm hungry though.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little peckish. Get a little
Yeah.
peckish.
Well, you know.
pecky.
What- what-
on some food? What food would you like to peck on?
I mean, we had a pizza earlier.
Had,
you know,
though.
Had.
Had pizza.
Right now.
We never answered the karaoke song.
Oh, that's true. Well, you didn't finish the
didn't, you
question.
didn't.
You just said karaoke. You didn't say ask the actual question. So what?
What's your karaoke song? If you had to
Okay.
pick. At the moment, I'm gonna "Save Me" by Jelly Roll.
Okay.
Love me
That's
some
that's a
Jelly
good
Roll. I
one.
think-
That's a good one.
with
I
Randy Wilson?
would go with All These Things That I've Done by the Killers. Do you know that song?
I do not, but I love
Ooh,
the Killers.
I love the
Mr.
Killers. Too.
Brightside,
Yeah,
very
that
good.
one. I was gonna say that one, but it's pretty cliche. So
That's
you know,
okay.
you know.
Yeah.
But Mr. Brightside's a great song. I saw them live a few years ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely said mine would be.
Okay. So what's your go-to karaoke song?
All right, to finish out, one of my favorite ones is "Home Sweet Home" by Motley Crue. One of the best power ballads.
I would like to see that.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Okay.
I think the lyrics in that one are really good and very catchy. So.
Yeah.
All right, so we have some news for you listening and watching on YouTube. The weather's getting worse in Winston-Salem. It doesn't look like we're going to play in the near future. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break from the YouTube. The stream's going to go down, but we'll come back up when we're ready and the game's ready to come
Hopefully
back on.
the game does resume
If it
fairly
does resume
soon.
fairly
yes.
soon, but just keep tabs on us. We'll be
We'll put updates out on Instagram
Yeah.
when we're coming back
Yeah,
online.
absolutely.
So
Yep.
keep an eye out.
Yep, but for Morgan, Owen, and Dom here, thank you for watching, and we'll be back soon, hopefully, with some updates from the game.
Go Cats.
Go Cats.
Row, 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 row.